The Soviet Union has promised to withdraw its 115,000 troops from Afghanistan over the next year. It's a move applauded by the United States, but one viewed here with some skepticism.
The next few months will be no time for complacency, no time to sit back and congratulate ourselves. The Soviets have rarely before, and not at all in more than 3 decades, left a country once occupied. They have often promised to leave, but rarely in their history, and then only under pressure from the West have they actually done it.
One reason for the skepticism, recent statements by the current Afghan government that it wants Soviet military advisors to remain behind when Soviet troops leave.
Are you saying that it would seem logical or that it's actually called for, specified?
Our understanding of the agreement that was negotiated is the Soviets committed themselves to complete withdrawal, and in that context it would seem logical that Soviet advisors should be part of that.
Still, U.S. officials say progress on Afghanistan removes one major argument between the superpowers. It may allow them to make more progress toward cooling other regional hotspots. Hotspots like the Iran-Iraq War. The United States, the Soviet Union, and all other members of the UN Security Council voted about a year ago to demand a ceasefire in the Iran-Iraq War. So far, Iran has not complied with that call. The United States is pushing the UN for a second and stronger resolution, one that would impose an arms embargo on Iran. But the Soviets, perhaps worried about relations with next-door neighbor Iran, have not supported the arms embargo and have said the recent U.S.-Iran missile battle in the Gulf makes it an awkward time to work towards that goal. U.S. officials say the Iran-Iraq war will be discussed at the summit, but they don't predict any major diplomatic breakthroughs. Secretary of State George Shultz has been traveling in the Middle East trying to get Arabs and Israelis to negotiate a peace agreement. Here again, the United States and the Soviets disagree. The Soviets are said to want a larger role in the peace process, advocating direct participation by the Palestinian Liberation Organization and an international peace agreement that could impose a settlement on both sides. The U.S. wants a simpler international conference, one that would serve only as a step towards talks between the Israelis and their Arab neighbors. Soviets and Americans disagree over Nicaragua as well. State Department officials say recent Nicaraguan ceasefire and peace talks are likely to be discussed further in Moscow, where an argument may continue over the Soviet supplying of arms to Nicaragua and continued U.S. support of the Contra rebels. Jim Randall, WorldNet News, Washington.